Hello everyone, it's time for another music update. I got quite a few albums to get through, so I'll just start right now. First we have Rise Against, Appeal to Reason. I'm not really a fan of this band. They're kind of like post-punk, alternative rock kinda. But there's some okay songs. Kotov Syndrome, Savior, Collapse, Post America. They're okay, I guess. Blink-182, Dude Ranch. Their second album, although a lot of people believe it's their first. But all I need for their full discography now is their first album, Cheshire Cat, and their last album, Neighborhoods. Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. I actually like the Foo Fighters. Pretty much all the songs I like by them are on here, like All My Life, Everlong, The Pretender, My Hero. Like pretty much all these songs I like. I'm not a big fan of Times Like These. I'm not really a fan of that. Or Best of You, but pretty much all the songs I like by them are on here, except for Stacked Actors, which is, funnily enough, is my favorite song by them. Next we have A Perfect Circle, 360. It's basically a greatest hits album that they recently released. So yeah, we got some really good hits on here. The Hollow, Judith, Weak and Powerless, The Outsider. An interesting cover of Imagine by John Lennon, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I consider myself a fan of this band. They're pretty good. Black Sabbath, 13. This was given to me as a gift. Not really a huge Black Sabbath fan, but this album actually impressed me quite a bit. Quite a few good songs on here. Pretty much all of them are pretty good. The Offspring Greatest Hits. I'm actually a fan of The Offspring. And just like the Foo Fighters one, pretty much all the songs I like by them are on here. The Kids Aren't Alright, Self-Esteem, Can't Repeat, Come Out and Play. There's some songs from their first album that I really like that aren't on here, like Elders and Out on Patrol, but it's pretty good for greatest hits. 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral, considered to be one of the greatest albums of all time. It's quite an experience listening to this. It's a concept album. But yeah, it's really good. That's all I can say. AFI, Sing the Sorrow. I don't really like a lot of AFI I just can't stand. But for some reason I really love this album. Pretty much every song is good. Standouts are Silver and Cold, Girls Not Grey, Dancing Through Sunday, and This Celluloid Dream. Really good. Black Dahlia Murder, Ritual. I really like the artwork. The booklet. But yeah, this is my third Black Dahlia CD. I hope to get the whole collection. I'm not exactly the biggest fan, but there's some good songs on here. My favorite is Moonlight Equilibrium. Next we have the Dillinger Escape Plan, Option Paralysis. All I can say is amazing album. Just amazing. The first 3 or 4 tracks are just worth it alone. Really good. Queens of the Stone Age, Rated R. Their second album. Also the album that launched them into mainstream, I guess. We have some really good songs on here. My favorite would be In the Fade, followed very closely by I Think I Lost My Headache, which has a really hilarious ending. And Queens of the Stone Age, Lullabies to Paralyze. probably my least, well, out of the Queen's albums that I have, this is probably my least favorite, but their first album is probably the weakest, but I don't have it. And that's the only album that I need by them now. Starting a new collection here of a recent band that I got into that's actually really, really good. The band's brand new, and this is their first album, Your Favorite Weapon. It's the 10th anniversary edition. It has a lot of bonus tracks on it. But this band is really interesting because with each album they make, they like change their sound completely. It's really, really cool. They're almost like progressive. But this is a pretty good album for a debut. This one's more poppy, pop rock, but it's pretty good. And their second album, Deja Entendu, which is my second favorite album of theirs. Really, really good songs. Really powerful songs, like track 10. And their song names are pretty fucking long on this album. Really good. Their next album, I really, really wanted to find it. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. It's The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me, but I can't find it. I went to the HMV where I got all these CDs and I couldn't find it, unfortunately, even though they said they had 2 in stock. But I found all their other albums. Like, this is their whole discography, these 3 and The Devil and God. But hopefully I find it up there one of these days. This is their last album, Daisy. In my opinion, their weakest album. I'm not a huge fan of it. This is more of a... Actually, I don't even know what I would classify this as. Just alternative rock, I guess. The first album was poppy, and the second and third were more kind of like emo-ish, kind of. Or not really emo-ish. I can't really describe it. Just really powerful songwriting. Megadeth, Rust in Peace Live. So Rust in Peace is one of my favorite albums, and this live version of the album is actually really, really good. A lot of the performances are great. Dave messes up some of his lines in Rust in Peace Polaris, unfortunately. But that the band never played Poison Was the Cure, Five Magics, or Rust in Peace Polaris until they did this tour. It's kind of cool to hear them live. Plus there's some bonus performances there. 6 songs. Pretty cool. Then we have Megadeth, Countdown to Extinction Live. I haven't even really listened to Countdown to Extinction yet, so I really have no opinion on this. But it's the whole album live. Still can't find The System Has Failed, unfortunately. I wish I could find it. But anyways, here's the last album I found. If you remember in my first music collection video, I mentioned that Colors is my favorite album of all time, and I couldn't find it. But I found the live version instead. Well, this time, I found it. Between the Buried in Me Colors, I can't believe I found this. This album is incredible. I guess that makes up for not finding The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me, because if I found both of those, holy shit, that would have been great. But this is really good. Good find. So, yeah, I got a pretty good haul here. Might be a while till I go out next time and find some more CDs, but for now, this is pretty good.